If the show was a competition, I'd win. Forever your favorite.
Hola mis amores, my name is Christiany and welcome to my channel. If you want to see how we achieve this look, keep watching. I start by adding my darkest foundation shade. This is to create depth and shadow. My nose and my eyes are my largest features, so I want them to appear smaller. Next, I'm going in with my chestnut eyeliner. I do this before I put on any concealer or eyeshadow. Again, I want to create that shadow and depth. So that's what we're going for, especially since I have very large eyes. I'm putting this on the highlights of my eyebrows. Now we're going to start under the eyes. I do not like to be able to see any indentation under my eyes, so I put on a lot of concealer in this area because I like it real airbrushed looking, and it's a very nice and seamless look. I start out with a nude or skin tone base, just to make sure that my under eyes don't look ghosty. I also put highlight in the crevices down by my nose. Again, it's all about highlight and shadows. So anything that is indented, I want to make that look plumper or fuller. So you'll see me put highlight in those areas. Here I'm going in with my MAC NC45 cream concealer. I find that cream concealers are much more tackier and will stay put wherever you put them. So I prefer to use cream concealers to cover up any blemishes or shadows or lines in my face. Here I'm spot correcting. You can see how it's not showing through, and I'm using a concealer that is the color of my skin. NC45 is my year-round shade, so I have this in a concealer and a powder. I'm going in with my lightest shade and using a Q-tip for more precise application. I like the liquid for my top layer because it's easier to blend out, but I also let it sit directly under my eyes so that it kind of stays in place, at least in that area. I do my face in a particular order to give certain areas of my face time to dry. Next, you'll see me reverse contour my nose. I've never been good at drawing that line with bronzer on the sides, so it's just easier for me to put highlight straight down the middle, and it looks more natural that way to me. This technique gives your contour a little more definition. I use a liquid because it's blendable and again looks more natural. Next, I'm going in with a foundation brush. I don't remember what brush from MAC this is, but it is a stiffer foundation brush. I'm going in using a stippling effect, not brush strokes. It allows me more control over the blending of my makeup. We're just getting rid of all of those harsh lines. You'll see where we're going to end up putting our contour. Creating a nice little shadow there so we know where we're going to put it. And we're starting to look a little bit like skin. I'm being very light-handed under my eyes. Alright, my nose highlights had time to sit, so let's blend this out with a beauty blender. Getting rid of those harsh lines so it looks natural. I go back in with my summer shade, my darkest shade NC50, and just clean up the highlight in case I made it a little too wide. I add my blush before I put on any powder over my cheeks because I find that the blush shows up a lot better, especially having the highlight underneath as the base. I go under my jawline as well to create definition, and I make sure that I go right up under my earlobe, and then we just blend all that out. I like for my lips to appear full and for my lipstick to last all day, so that's why I'm putting my liquid concealer on my lips. It also helps your lip color show up better. I don't use setting powder. I use the powders that I'm going to use for my face as my setting powders. And this is the lightest powder that I have, my NC40. I use this one with a brush because I only want it under my eyes and that little shadow right beneath my nose. This Maybelline gel pot gives me a lot more control over my brows, and I like that it comes with the little brush too. I start in the middle, lining underneath my brow all the way out to the tail, and then whatever I have left on the brush, I use light hair strokes and fill in the front. Again, use light hair strokes so that your eyebrows don't look too dark. Now I'm just highlighting my tear ducts. I like to look very glowy, like a walking sun goddess. So everything is about looking sun-kissed and glowy. Next, I wet a Q-tip and I'm just adding depth back to my face using my Bobbi Brown bronzer again on my cupid's bone under my chin. Next, I'm enhancing the shadow under my eyes. I think Saddle is like the perfect brown girl eyeshadow shade. It gives you mystery and mystique in your eyes. Next, I'm adding it to my top lid. Chestnut eyeliner is also the perfect brown girl lip liner. You can make it as dark or as light as you want. The way that I'm putting on my lip liner is also that it makes my lips look fuller. Not wider, but fuller. So my ombre lip is like my signature everyday lippy combo. Next, I'm going in with Spice. And I use liners because it just lasts me all day. I don't have to worry about it smudging off. And I use Nutmeg to blend the harsh line from the chestnut. And then I finish my lips with NYX Cream lipstick. It feels so good on my lips. And it gives that perfect pout.
Very demure, very mindful.